Welcome, my friends, and let me tell you a heartwarming story of redemption, love, and the unbreakable bonds of family. Enjoy the story. Irving Simmons was a man.
Irving Simmons was a man who always knew what he wanted. As the owner of Noto, the most popular restaurant in the city, he had built a culinary empire from his passion for unique experiences and love of folklore. His innovative dishes and surprising touches earned him a reputation as a culinary mastermind, with reservations booked months in advance. Yet despite his success, Irving was always striving for more, constantly searching for ways to elevate his restaurant to new heights. One night, as he pored over ancient cookbooks and obscure tales in his office, he received a call from his old friend, Victor Peterson. "Irving, you won't believe what's happening at your restaurant," Victor said, his voice brimming with excitement. "There's a young girl, couldn't be more than 16, singing like nothing I've ever heard. You have to come to hear her for yourself." Intrigued, Irving leaned back in his chair. "A young singer? What's so special about her?" "Trust me, Irving, her voice is unlike anything. You've got to come down and see for yourself." It was late, but Irving's curiosity got the better of him. "All right, Victor, I'll be there in 20 minutes. An unexpected guest. At Noto, Tanya and Samuel, the restaurant's administrators, were used to handling all sorts of situations, from rowdy patrons to marriage proposals gone wrong. But as they spotted a young girl singing near the entrance, soaked in the rain, they felt compelled to act. "What should we do?" Samuel asked, concerned. "We can't leave her out there like this." Tanya hesitated. "Irving wouldn't be thrilled if we let a random stranger in, but we can't ignore her. She looks like she's been through a lot." As if on cue, the rain intensified, drenching the girl even more. Her singing faltered as she shivered against the wall in her thin coat. "That's it," Tanya decided, rushing to the door. "We're bringing her inside." She opened the door and called out to the girl, "Hey, why don't you come in and warm up? We've got dry clothes and a hot meal for you." The girl hesitated, her eyes wide with fear, but the cold wind convinced her to nod and follow Tanya inside. Valerie's song. Valerie couldn't believe her luck. Just hours ago, she had been wandering the streets, unsure of where to go. Now she sat in the back room of the city's most famous restaurant, wrapped in a warm sweater, sipping hot cocoa. "You have a beautiful voice," Tanya said, sitting beside her. "Have you ever thought about singing professionally?" Valerie shook her head. "I just sing for fun. My grandmother taught me all the songs I know. She used to say that music was the only thing that could lift the soul." Tanya smiled. "She sounds like a wise woman. We have a stage here at Noto. Would you be interested in singing for our guests tonight? You can keep any tips you make." Valerie's eyes widened in surprise. "Really? You'd let me sing here?" Tanya nodded. "Of course. And who knows, maybe someone important will hear you." Valerie agreed, her heart racing. She was already planning to use any tips she earned to help her sick mother. As she stepped onto the stage, nerves consumed her, but the moment she began to sing, her fears disappeared. Her haunting melody filled the room, captivating the diners. It was unlike anything they had ever heard, an ethereal mix of traditional folk and something otherworldly. The girl who saved Irving entered the restaurant just as the last notes of Valerie's song echoed through the space. The voice hit him like a wave, instantly transporting him back to a small cabin in a remote village years ago. Back then, he had been lying in bed with a broken leg, and a girl named Helen had nursed him back to health with her soothing songs. He had promised to return for her, but his growing restaurant empire had taken over, and he never did. Now, as he listened to Valerie, he realized her voice was the same as Helen's. Irving pushed through the crowd, his heart pounding. He reached the stage and found himself face to face with the singer. She was young, with piercing green eyes, but her voice, it was unmistakable. "What's your name?" he asked, his voice thick with emotion. "Valerie," she replied, her eyes filled with curiosity. "Valerie Peterson." The last name hit Irving like a bolt of lightning. Peterson? Your mother? Her name isn't Helen, is it? Valerie's eyes widened. Yes. But how did you know that? Irving took a deep breath and told her the story of his past, the girl who had saved him, and how he had failed to keep his promise. As he spoke, Valerie's face slowly softened and a glimmer of recognition appeared in her eyes. I think you might be my father, Valerie whispered. My mom always told me about a man she rescued who promised to return but never did. Irving's heart broke. He had a daughter, an incredible, talented daughter. Valerie, he said, his voice cracking. I'm so sorry. I should have been there, for you and your mother. Tears streamed down Valerie's face, but she smiled through them. It's okay. You're here now, and that's all that matters. A new beginning. Irving wasted no time. He arranged for Valerie's mother, Helen, to receive the best medical care at the city's top clinic. He set Valerie up in a luxurious suite and showered her with the love and attention she had missed for so long. Slowly but surely, Helen recovered, and the three of them rebuilt their lives together, full of love, laughter, and new possibilities. 1 year later, Valerie performed at Noto as a rising star. Irving and Helen watched with pride, knowing that the bonds of family, once broken, were now stronger than ever. As Valerie took her final bow, she looked to Irving and Helen, her face glowing with joy. I couldn't have done this without you, she said. You gave me a family and a future. I love you both. Irving's heart swelled with gratitude. In the end, it wasn't the empire he built that mattered. It was the family he had found.